啊，好了。
Hello, my name is Ava. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, Henry. Hi, Richard.
Hello, Ava. Hello, Henry, and global fellow fighters. Very excited to be with you again.
Hello, Ava. Hello, Richard. Thank you for having me on, and then nice to see you again for this week.
Thank you, Henry. Let's go our PPT. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Please look at the first one. Thank you. Okay. Extremely reactions versus minor reactions. One of my general belief is that extreme reactions, for example, sudden cardiac death, are much rarer than minor reactions. For example, temporary chest pain. As such, if you observe a large number of minor reactions from a pharmaceutical, it indicates a certain number of extreme reactions are occurring. And conversely, if you see a few extreme reactions, it indicates a large number of minor reactions are occurring. Please look at the next one. Thank you. Okay. Menstrual abnormalities reported after vaccination. So this, for example, is why after I started receiving startling phone calls from people around the country after COVID-19 vaccine hit the market of sudden deaths following vaccination, I realized a significant number of my patients going forward would have long-term complications from the vaccine. Conversely, while none of the mRNA vaccine clinical trials reported menstrual abnormalities, nor did the CDC monitor for them, I saw more people than I can count who developed menstrual abnormalities after vaccination, something the media relentlessly denied and the social media companies aggressively censored. Please look at the next one. Thank you. Okay, so the trust to medicine is rapidly declining. Presently, we are not sure exactly how common menstrual abnormalities are post-vaccinations. For example, 66% is higher than what we observed and may be due to survey selection bias. Nonetheless, the fact that women who receive the vaccine commonly experience often severe menstrual abnormalities, but the facts that the medical field has refused to acknowledge this issue helps to explain why the trust that medicine has worked for decades to build is rapidly declining in a manner I've never seen anything comparable to during my lifetime, going from 71.5% at the start of 2020 to 40.1% in 2024. Please look at the last one. Thank you. Many unvaccinated women reported unpleasant menstrual changes after shedding exposures, but smaller numbers reported increasingly unusual and severe symptoms. This, for example, was reported by an 8-year-old reader. Quote unquote. Subsequently, I have an episode of uterine bleeding for which a uterine biopsy was deemed necessary. The cervix was plugged and there was a fluid in the uterus. The doctor had no experience with this kind of problem. Additionally, I've received cases of shedding triggering menstrual bleeding in women as young as from 8 to 9 years old and as old as 92 to 95 years old. Thank you, Ava.
Oh, today, when I study the PPT, I feel like so scared, the numbers. And, the menstrual abnormality, this one make me really have a question. Because when I go out, I talk with the young people, especially they married like 2-3 years ago. They still don't have a baby. And of course, I asked them the first question is how many time you take the COVID-19 vaccine, and they actually mostly the answer is 3 times. So it's very scared. Like sometimes like what I really feel sad to tell them like what is the truth, but sometimes I really feel like brave enough to tell them the truth. After that, some people they try they believed. Some people they still thought about it, but the reality is they still don't have they can pregnant. That's yeah, but also the trust of medicine is the read is from the 71.5 to go down 40 to 40.1. That's the real things that's happened. Yeah, I ask a friend around me, but mostly they can trust the government, and also they can trust the medical system or doctor. How about Richard? You have something to share?
Yeah, actually, thank you, Eva. Thank you, Henry. Actually, today I think the topic is like very popular, accepted, situation in 2021, 2022. I remember that during that period of the vaccination, I heard that several friends of the friends of our family that their friends they have such problem, with this symptom and that one, but this one like a menstrual abnormality is a common one. So there's so many, and like more or less, but they have such reactions. So but I think today the PPT is very clear and very understandable. But I think I learned several points from this PPT. The first one is that the extreme reaction versus minor reaction. This is like now I understand it's a logic, right? When you see the extreme reaction, that some several like cases, or you heard the cases, then that means that there are some minor reactions which will happen with a more frequency or more cases, right? And another issue I want to share, like Ava said that actually, Miles Guo told us this several points many years ago, several years ago, about the vaccine. That first, nobody trusted the medical industry or the doctors or the hospitals, after the disaster of the COVID vaccine. But still, the percentage of the trust to medicine or the doctor is from 71% in 2020 to 40% in 2024. But to me, I think it's still too high. It should be like 30% or 20% till now. Today now is 2026, right? And another issue in this article is that actually the CDC, they didn't monitor for any of this kind of abnormality or the symptom. They don't have such, like a report or the statistical data. But to me, is like government is the organization like elected by the common people and for the common people, right? But looks like for decades, especially during this pandemic period, that the government they do nothing but even worse, that they did the evil things to kill the people, to like colluded with the evil power. So which is as Maslow said, that the government will have less and less credit among the common people. It's happening. And the third one I want to share with our audience is that, which we understand very well, that this article also mentioned that the mainstream media and the social media, they started to deny everything, all the truths about the symptoms or, of the vaccines. and they started to censor, all of these relevant truths, and this is happening during the past years, and happily. To me is that more and more people they realize that. That's why people don't trust or believe the media as before. So this is the happening, Eva.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. When you talk about now the people, maybe only 20% to trust the government or the medicines, or doctor, yeah. Uh, I totally agree with you. I think that one today is 2026 already. So yeah, mostly whenever the doctor say something, even my vet doctor tell me, oh, you need the vaccine too for your pets. I really, I feel like so scared. And then of course, when I go out to bring my dog outside, and the people we talk, and the time I really have like a purpose to ask the vaccine something, and they say, oh, no, no. The mostly people they are scared for the vaccine whenever they heard. How about Henry? You have this kind of experience or something you
Yeah.
want to share?
Okay. Thank you, Eva. Yeah, both of you guys, talk the trust. Speaking of the trust, significant number of people like me do not trust the doctors and the scientists as we used to. After this pandemic. So now, before we restore our confidence in them, we have to ask ourselves, okay, is it a real science or is it a pseudo science? A fake science? Is it conflicting interest, or is it involved in money thing or honey trap things? So look, real science can be challenged, right? So challenge is always welcome because it's fact based. Because real scientists love seek truth. Okay, fake scientists like dominating or manipulating explanation of so-called science. Okay, so they try what they can do to cover up, to censor, to go after those people who hold different opinions. You know, so Anthony Fauci, so he even said, you don't believe me and you don't believe science. I'm the science. Okay, so how could a real scientist, talk like this? So that's why we learn from the new Federalist of China, from Miles Gore, that we need to stick to the principle of owning truth prevailing. So if everything, no matter what we do, no matter in the arena of science or politics or academia, no matter what we do, if we stick to the even in the in the law, if we stick to this principle, we never go astray. Thank you, Eva.
Yeah, Henry, thank you. Also, when you talk, then I think about I really appreciate every time a Miles school teaching us how to analyze who's is a true, which one is a true, which one is a fake. Then yeah. One day I just remember one day I went to one of the shop, like a little shop. The guy's Chinese, I know, but he is a graduate from Canada. He's a PhD, and he's learning pharmaceutical. Yeah. When I talked to him, I said, why is the ivermectin some question, huh? And then, he really oh my God, the song is so high tone, talk to me. He said, I believe, I trust the science. And then after that, you know what? I really shut my mouth down. I feel like, how come this kind of people is a PhD, study a lot, and then how come they can they have no idea like the no is hey, this is a fake one, that is a the real one. I still remember the guy's high tone. It's a kind of like angry talking. Well, like how about Richard? What do you think? If some people tell you, I believe it's a really high tone. The guy and PhD around 40 years old only. So
Yeah,
sad.
actually, I have same feelings or experience. I have many friends. They really believe in the science, but I think for this kind of people, first, as we said again and again, it's a media, right? They are brainwashed by the media, especially social media now. But a second issue, as Mars School told us, that this group of people, they need to then get awake by some shot, by some hit, by some the big thing happened to them. Otherwise, they will not wake up, and they will never see the truth, right? So this is a the like unfortunate situation to them.
Yeah, when I see, yeah, the guys have a girl like a daughter. The daughter only around 11, 12. After that, I really looking the girl. I feel so sad. I feel like, oh my God, like a stupid father. I'm sorry to say this. Okay, how about like take a look at Miles School, one of the clip. It's really early, 2022. Told us what will happen or something will happen in the future. And after that, we uh, talk. Can we have yeah, thank you.
疫苗一定会被停止。疫苗的灾难绝对是人为的设计，绝对是共产党和西方的这些贪婪的这些王八蛋们和黑暗的势力的共同作案结果。否则，你绝对不可能看到全人类今天社交媒体一致让你晋升。你想象不到这有多可怕！医生说话也不行，专家说话也不行，药厂人说话也不行，死人说话也不行，反正就不让你说话。你谈疫苗就不行。你去看，凡是决定让大家打疫苗推广的，全世界就那么20-30个人，没有一个是好东西，没有一个不和共产党有来往的。疫苗它是完全在它设计之中，它知道世界将进入到疫苗灾难。经济危机，世界的经济将崩塌，西方的文明社会，西方的政治系统和民主法治系统，由于所有的决策慢和过去这些年被共产党所有的蓝金黄腐败，所有的媒体的整个被他们的控制，和他的网络以及政治上高端被控制，包括医疗科学各个领域都被他们控制，这种已经几十年在西方植下的毒，来掩盖共产党的疫苗的真相和共产党制造病毒的真相，卸掉逃脱共产党制造这个真正的武汉病毒共产党病毒的 COVID-19 的责任，然后用疫苗灾难的死亡，最后共产党要跟全世界讲述接受共产党统治世界的这个事实。习和共产党赌的就是你西方的打了疫苗，共产党赢就赢了，当你西方人明白过来的时候，你已经晚了，你已经晚了。人类疫苗灾难将彻彻底底地改变东西方的所有的格局，陆地文明、海洋文明、东西方的文明，一切都毁掉，太可怕了。没有任何西方人了解共产党的这一招，共产党已经跟西方准备着送葬了，西方人还以为跟他经济较量呢。所有他压的就是 mRNA 病毒，就是疫苗灾难，这是共产党所有压的，而西方现在还没有觉醒，这才是可怕的，还在推广疫苗灾难。这世界经济的崩塌的罪魁祸首共产党，因为你制造了病毒，世界没有任何人可以躲避到疫苗灾难，疫苗灾难超过100个、1000个、10000个俄乌战争。
Okay, so you see, this is a very from 2021 until today is around 5 years. Moscow told us, and then it's very slow. But today it's at least we have a good news about the former senior advisor for Anthony Fauci has been indicted for his rule for the COVID-19 cover-up. The name is David Moran. So he got sued today. So this is good news, but it's too late. I feel like you know the people still have a people trust the vaccine, right? I really don't want people get the hurt more and more because need to stop as soon as possible. Have you heard this news, Henry?
Yes, yes. Okay. So just yeah, I think in David Morans and his co conspirators allegedly falsified records in efforts to suppress the NAB-NIC theory and use his personal like a Gmail account um, and rather than his like a NIH email in order to avoid being like being getting in trouble. So this guy you can see just like earlier we discussed, he is a scientist, but he's falsifying some like the truth, the files, and then he even said like um he yeah, he even like said, oh, I can make this files disappear. So do you think this is a scientist sadly, and then those people who was in power, and then like a part of those bad people that uh, uh, bad health performance during the pandemic, we all suffer. So that's yeah, that's what I heard.
How about Richard? You heard this news?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, this is the big news during the past days. With the new acting Attorney General came on board, and then all things had started to happen. All good news to our fellow fighters of NFSC. Regarding COVID vaccine. Now this is the beginning, and regarding all the others. But all are good news. So this is the big step of taking down the CCP. The CCP is scared. This regime is starting to collapse.
Okay, so I think it's time's up, and see you next week same time. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. See you.
Take
Take
care.
down CCP.
See you next
Take down
time. Take
CCP.
down CCP.
Take down CCP.
CCP.